I did Braveheart, Gladiator, Born Identity, 28 Days Later, Cinderella Man. I've been doing this now for 35 years. I've worked with someone, so it's been a lot of fun for me.
First project in India?
My first project in India was Robo 2.0 with Shankar Shyam, and I did Triple R with Rajamouli. With Triple R with Rajamouli was my fourth movie here, and then now I'm doing Project K, again with Prabhas. I came in to do the big climax sequence on Rajamouli's Triple R. They asked me to do it a while ago, and it's a really, really big sequence where you had Tariq and Ramcharan sort of working together to escape from the British and beat the British. And there were a lot of very difficult stunts on that one, with lots of wire work and lots of, jumping from the tops of towers onto poles and swinging, which are very, very difficult to achieve, because we had to actually wire the two actors together and then put them up on wires and towers and cranes. And I mean, there was a lot of work involved with that sequence. It was a very big sequence, and lots of preparation. Rajamouli is always very, very well prepared. He had everything. He knew what he wanted to achieve, and we went in, we talked. He discussed some sort of ideas that maybe we could adapt and change. So I went out and I tried some new ideas for him, showed him. He liked some of them, and we put them into that sequence, and I think we did a really nice sequence on that last one. And the actors are both great to work with. I mean, Ramcharan and Tariq were so good to work with. Rajamouli, so prepared, and he knew exactly what he wanted. He's such an experienced director, so it was a lot of fun for me.
Ramcharan.
Tariq was basically, Tariq is a sort of more quiet but fun, and Ramcharan is kind of, he's got his own. I got on very well with both of them. I thought they were great guys. It was really interesting working with both of them, and they both have their own kind of strengths. They're both really physical. It's actually surprising, because Tariq's a little sort of bigger, and but he's so physical. He's so good. They put so much effort into the sequence. They both worked really, really hard and long hours, and they were both in pain a lot of the time, because they were doing things that, when you've got someone on your shoulders and you're running around with them, and even though there's some wires to help a little bit, but he was taking a lot of the weight himself, doing very difficult stunts, spins with Ramcharan on his shoulders, and Ramcharan had to do a lot of the work where he's holding the weight up on his arms. So, I mean, it was a very difficult sequence, and a lot of preparation and time put in. And as I said, Rajamouli is always so well prepared. It was a pleasure working with him and the actors.
Rajamouli sir, king experience.
The thing with Rajamouli is, as I said, he's so well prepared that, when I came in, he explained the sequence to me before I arrived. And then when I came, he showed me roughly what he wanted, and then we went and adapted things. We would do a previs for him. We'd show him the previs. He'd work out what he wanted, which angles he wanted. We'd go back. We'd work on that, so that every time when we were actually shooting, he knew exactly what he wanted. There was no sort of he did change a couple of small things, but very, very little. He was so well prepared. He knew exactly what he wanted and how to get it, and so it was a real pleasure.
Set lo funny moments gaani
I mean, basically in the climax sequence on Triple R, there were so many funny moments. It's difficult because the actors, they were running around, sort of one on top of each other's shoulders and on wires, and getting pulled this way and that way, and slipping all over the place. I mean, we were always. It was hard work, but it was fun. So all of us were enjoying it together.
How many days climax sequence?
The actual sequence, it took only about 2 weeks to shoot in the end, because there was so much preparation. So with all the preparation, I mean, Rajamouli had done a lot of preparation before I even arrived. And then when I came in, I spent a couple of weeks preparing it as well, and then we shot for a few weeks. I mean, mostly the wire work, but also he'd already shot other stuff that would fit with it. So I was here for about a month getting that sequence together for him, and we were working hard every day, and long hours, but it was a lot of fun.